Hello, everybody. Michael Nixon here, your favorite engineer / occasional Millie thief. I guess that's kind of weird. Sorry about that. Before we get to the first part of this fun Doctor and Travis adventure, I wanted to invite everybody to our first non-convention live show. We're doing that at the home of the game of Rassilon, Geeky Teas in Burbank, California. If you're in the Los Angeles area, clear your calendar. Friday, August 23rd at 7 p.m. The tickets are just $10 at the door, and all of that is going straight to a new soundboard, which will help Ben and I get on the same quality microphones as the rest of the cast, something that you may have noticed is a thing in Season 1, and we would love to fix in Season 2. Ooh, but before we get to Season 2, we've got to get through the rest of Season 1, starting with this episode. Ooh, if you like it, let us know, review it, tell your friends, subscribe, socials, media, at RassilonPod, all the stuff. Do the things. Thank you. I promise eventually I will give Millie back, maybe. Tee-hee.
Previously on the game of Rassilon.
So is water leaking in?
It is starting to get a little bit Titanic in here, yes.
Okay. She's basically going to sit in the cold water and wait until there's only a head's amount of room left. Mm-hmm. And then she's going to take a deep breath and go down with that wrencharoo and try to smack out that porthole.
Okay. The good news is that is just strong enough to hit the glass, crack the glass, break the glass.
Okay.
The rush of water coming in knocks you for 6. You are knocked unconscious.
I jump in the water and I swim to try to rescue Millie.
Okay.
Thank you.
You swim down. You swim in. You're able to get in through the hatch where it broke. And some of the water has started to kind of pour out, so there's actually room to kind of swim in and get into this hatch. And you get in there, and Millie's not there.
What?
You looked everywhere in that chamber, and she wasn't there.
She wasn't there.
Is it possible she went out the porthole when the water came?
I've checked. I swam as far down as my lungs would allow me to, and I checked.
We need to call unit back. They need to get divers in the water. We need to find Millie.
You feel a heat in your pocket coming from the psychic paper.
Okay, I open the paper up and I look at it.
There is a note in familiar handwriting. It says, "We're right behind you. R." It's a cold Tuesday morning in October of 1998, and a woman, Jennifer, rattles a key in the door of a library. Already, she's in a bad mood. Through the window, she can see that the lights on the computers are still turned on. She runs through the schedule in her mind to figure out who she needs to have words with when they get in. And as she turns the key and pushes the door open, she remembers. She's going to have a nice long conversation with Travis about proper lockup protocol when he starts his shift later this afternoon. She walks into the library and spots a cart lying on its side in an aisle, books strewn about across the floor. She sighs in frustration. That talk with Travis is going to be a long one. She begins to walk over and clean up the mess, when from the corner of her eye, she spots a flickering green light coming from the computer lab. She walks into the lab, which contains 5 old computers running Windows 95. 4 screens show the library's standard logon screen, but the 5th is glitching out with flashes of white and green corruption flickering across the screen. Jennifer groans in annoyance and walks over to the computer. As she gets closer, the corruption begins to become more pronounced and erratic, and as she reaches out to press the power button, it swirls and coalesces into an image. What she sees on that monitor will change her life forever. We're on the inside of the TARDIS, and the Doctor...
What did she see in the monitor?
Oh, it's 8 Daleks.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe she had like found like a website, like she had like found like the Heaven's Gate cult website or something like that.
Yeah, almost certainly. But it's also run by Daleks. Funnily enough,
Cool.
it's just one of those weird things.
Okay, sorry. Continue with your game.
We're inside the TARDIS. The Doctor and Travis are in flight. The time rotor is going up and down. The sound of the TARDIS engines fills the console room, and you have not long left Kauai, the island of Kauai, where you left Millie in unknown circumstances. How do you guys feel about that?
Great. Oh my god, we can get so much done now? No, I think that I'm frantically like flipping open and close my psychic paper looking for any updates from Roman about what's happening with Millie.
Right now it's blank.
Okay.
There's nothing.
That's what I assume, but I'm just
Travis has definitely been like very silent, like kind of burst through the doors of the TARDIS and immediately went to his room and, came back out a couple minutes later, like changed and ready to go. And
Oh, what are you wearing?
just standard, like a t-shirt and jeans, but like kind of almost gearing up kind of thing. Like, he doesn't really have like too much in terms of like the carries with, but like he's basically ready to rock and roll. Cause he comes in, he's kind of pacing back and forth and just like, there's definitely like a pall cast over him that the Doctor probably hasn't seen, on him before, and just really antsy, kind of just hands on hip looking at the monitors and kind of like silently growling to himself, and not really his normal bubbly kind of I'm seeing the universe, oh my god self.
Gotcha. There's kind of like an undercurrent of
Tension. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably the same for the Doctor as well. I think that she looks more impatient than you're used to her see. I think up until now she has been pretty like laissez-faire about everything, and now I think like I said, she's flipping open this thing, closing it, flipping it open, closing it. It's like, almost like a nervous tick at this point, more than it's like a thing she's actively looking for something to do with it. And she like has fiddled with the randomizer a couple times, trying to see if she can figure out how to undo it, and can't, because whatever was done by her and Roman to make this thing part of her TARDIS, now she doesn't know how to undo it. So she's like doing that, and like you see her occasionally like swinging monitors around and swinging them back. So it's a whole lot of like pushing buttons and running machines that don't do anything, but she like just wants to feel like she's doing something, and she's frustrated.
Right.
Is it safe to assume that you've told Travis about the message?
Yeah, I think that would probably... I don't think that there's a reason why she would keep that, because she knows that he's upset, and so I think she would have said, like, I don't know what's happening, but my friend has her.
Yeah, Doctor, any word?
I flip open the thing. Nothing.
I mean, okay, look, I know she's okay, but I mean, there's gotta be something, right? I mean, like, I know you're doing everything that you can. I mean, is there anything I can be doing? Because I can't just be here. I put me to work. Give me something to do, please. Just we gotta find her.
In that particular moment, it's almost imperceptible, but you feel the TARDIS kind of very gently turn, as if it's adjusting course.
Okay, Travis, what you can do is, you know what? There is a crate of stabilizers that is in the... If you go down the hallway to the third door, and then make a right, and then go down to the end of that hallway, and then make another right, and then head down to the sixth door down that way on the left, there's a crate of stabilizers. If you can bring those to me, then that would help me out a little bit.
Okay, great.
She's giving him busy work. She's not... There's nothing... Okay.
Yeah.
She's sending Travis for a long way.
Yeah, there is a crate there,
Yeah.
but she's just having him bring it back to her so he can feel like he's being productive.
And he does it. Like,
Yeah.
he immediately is like, okay, yeah, no problem.
And then when he's gone, I start looking at monitors and screens and stuff like that to see where we're going.
Okay. You don't have any indication yet of where you're going, and the course change that you felt is so minute that it may not even have been anything. But the TARDIS has certainly reacted to something.
Okay. I'm just like doing like a sensor scan to see if it can tell me what the TARDIS was reacting to.
Okay. Let's do a roll then. Let's have that be ingenuity and technology. And then we'll give you a +2 for field of time.
Okay. So that's going to be starting at 13. Okay, that's going to be 15.
15. You can tell you're heading to Earth,
Okay.
but you cannot tell which time zone you are heading to.
Okay. Oh dear, Millie, where are you? And then I kind of like flip open the psychic paper and I kind of like send a message trying to send it back to Roman. That's just like, tell me something.
Okay. You do that. You do not immediately get a response.
Yeah, I figured. I figured because Roman doesn't have a microphone.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's in the Phantom Zone right now.
hey, listeners, information update. We actually have a Michael now on microphone.
Oops. They let me back in.
Yes.
Sorry,
He's been
sorry
in the
everyone.
Phantom Zone.
I hope that you have learned your lesson.
I'm so sorry.
That'll teach you to steal a single
Do you need-
small loaf of bread.
You're good.
I broke a window pane.
Travis,
That was
what you
not
up to?
in the right melody, but whatever.
Travis, what you up to?
I think just kind of silently, trying to find the room and ends up stumbling into like 6 or 7 rooms and finds a dolly and comes back into the TARDIS with a whole bunch of boxes and just like, I honestly, I don't know which one it was, and he picks up the first one to put it down and the bottom falls out and he gets like, he almost screams. Like, he's like, oh God, just, I know I keep asking, but is there anything? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I need to know that she's okay. And I know you're doing everything you can. I'm just, and like, basically he's kind of at wit's end almost with himself. Like, he's not mad at anyone in particular. He's just mad.
Gotcha. Well, the Doctor doesn't actually get a chance to answer because in that moment, the time rotor in the center of the TARDIS console comes to a stop. It hits its ka-chunk as the TARDIS lands in its destination. Wherever it was heading, Earthwise, it has arrived.
I kind of like solemnly swing the monitor back in front of me and look at it. I'm like, I'm really not there right now. I'm kind of like, my mind is elsewhere, so.
Yeah, you see on the monitor, you see what appears to be a street on a small American town. It looks fairly nondescript, not too far, like late 20th, early 21st century.
Okay.
Travis, can you see the monitor?
No, I think he's trying to put the stuff that spilled back in the box.
Okay. I'm going to say one of the boxes was just full of hats, so there's like,
Yeah.
fedoras and little Scottish caps and...
Yeah. He's so much
stalkers,
he's so much not
Fez.
in a playful mood.
Fez.
He normally would have put one on his head, but it's just nope. It's just put it back in the
What's
box.
the kind of
at
hat
this
the
point.
first Doctor wore? The,
Oh
like-
god, yeah, that like
McDonald's kind of worker hat.
Yeah.
It's Astrakhan, something like that.
Whatever it is,
Kind
it's
of crazy
there.
wool. Yeah.
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 So yeah, you're picking up hats off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Travis, you can leave those for now. We're here, I guess?
Is Millie here?
I don't... I scan for Millie. No.
There's no the Millie scan comes up negative.
Well, I mean, like, it would know. I
Yeah.
think, like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not, that is not outside the realm of things that TARDIS could do, but
Yeah.
can't find her, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, she's not.
Oh, okay. I mean, should we keep flying then? I don't know what to do.
There's no, the TARDIS is randomized, so there's not really any way I can go that will definitely lead us to her, and it might be a good idea for us to see what's going on here, because maybe if we sit in one spot for a little bit, then Roman can find us.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good call.
Okay, so yeah, we open the TARDIS and we head out.
Okay. The first.
I think we have probably changed into our regular clothes and have regular gear now because we were all on like beach stuff last episode.
Yeah.
so-
I know Travis has already changed. Do you want to step back into your standard Doctor gear? Is there any kind of?
Yeah, I think that I would just be because if we're in the era that you said we're in, like that late 20th century, then I think I'd probably be dressed in my typical like 90s girl look kind of thing.
Okay, dig that.
Yeah.
I will say that it's not super warm outside. It's kind of it's leaning more towards the cool. So maybe you want to add a scarf to your ensemble.
I already have a scarf for my
Well, then do you
ensemble.
want to add a second scarf? to your
No, I
ensemble?
think I'm good.
Good for one scarf.
I think I might
thought you
throw.
had a scarf.
I think
don't know
I'd throw
why.
on like a beanie.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
I
good.
think
dig
a
it.
cool beanie.
Is
Yeah.
there any branding on it, or is it just colour?
what if it's like one of those Dalek beanies that Dan brought us as a gift? No, I think I think that it probably is like, it's like crocheted, so it doesn't have like, or not crocheted, but it's knitted from wool, so it doesn't have any like specific logos on it, but I think the coloring wise, maybe like, kind of looks like that First Doctor scarf that has like the specks of color in it and the streaks, or whatever. It kind of has that vibe to it.
Yeah, that's cool. Travis, I know that you said that you geared up and you're kind of more jeans and a t-shirt. Any other adjustments you want to make to that outfit before you leave the TARDIS?
Yeah, a coat.
A coat?
Yeah.
What about a flannel shirt?
Yeah, that I tie around my waist.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd probably throw on a flannel and just like a coat that, like, you know, my go-to coat that I've been using is probably already in the TARDIS control room. Yeah.
On the coat,
yeah.
Coat hanger,
And it's nothing spectacular, not that fashionable. It's just utilitarian.
I think I put on tights because I think normally this Doctor is bare-legged with like boots and stuff. I think she has tights on.
Okay, dig that. So you guys step out of the TARDIS, and Travis, you immediately know where you are.
Whoa.
You're in your hometown.
And
And it looks more or less the way it was when you left it.
Hey, Doctor, what year is this?
I don't know. The TARDIS isn't really giving me a lot of information right now. And I look around. If it's the 90s, there are still newspapers in places. So I do the old time traveler special of going to a newsstand and
you go to the newsstand,
or like a little news, one of those metal news boxes.
Yeah, I'll let you snag a paper. You know, you can just kind of casually use the Sonic. I'm not going to charge any points or make you roll for that.
Save the clock tower. I don't need to actually. I don't even need to actually get the paper. I can just look at it through
that
the
works
screen.
Too, but also getting the paper out is kind of aesthetically.
Okay, you're right.
It's a good visual.
Flip it open.
Yeah, it's good.
Read the
and
comics.
Then the camera kind of pans up as you're looking at the time, like with the look of befuddlement on your face.
I like read a comic strip or two. I like look at my horoscope, and then I remember. Oh right, I'm checking the dates, and then I check the date. Yeah.
It is January 11th, 1999. It is in
actually
fact about.
I guess Doctor wouldn't know what her star sign is. Look up her horoscope, because she doesn't have like a Earth birthday.
That's November 23rd is.
Oh yeah, I guess that would be. Yeah. I guess so. She's a Sagittarius, just like me.
Yeah, my sister's a Sagittarius. But yes.
But Cuspy, she'd be a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp baby. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, play your game.
Yeah, this is. It's January 11th, 1999. It is almost 3 months to the day from when you were taken. Back in October of 98.
Whoa. Okay. So I kind of wasn't expecting this now. I don't think I'm ready to be home, but yeah, okay. I guess this is as good a place as any to camp out and wait for them to meet up with us. So, I don't know. Do you want to? I know all the good places to eat. I mean,
all right, yeah, I like 90s food.
So
but like Jolt Cola,
it's like pizza and Josta and Shasta or Surge Cola.
Yeah, Snapple as far as the eye can see.
So a couple of questions, I guess. We should probably establish where and what the name of your town is.
Oh, okay. I wish I'd known ahead of time. Let's call...
Yeah, if only you'd like made a character like 6 months ago. You could say,
but I didn't have a home
backstory for.
In the planning stages, Michael and I had kind of looked up your hometown a little bit.
Facebook stalked
Let's not say
you.
that one on the air though. But yeah.
We haven't said it on the air.
Sure.
If you want to base it on that, but give it a different
that's
name.
Fine. Yeah.
One of the names that we had kind of plucked out of the ether was Sheffield, New Jersey.
Sure. Perfect.
Okay, so
go Steelers.
This is Sheffield, New Jersey.
Perfect.
So you're in Sheffield, New Jersey, your old stomping grounds, where relatively speaking, you were just here probably like just a week or two ago.
Oh, it's been that short?
I don't know. I mean,
okay.
However, it depends on how many adventures we condense into how short a period. But it hasn't been. I would say whether it's been more or less time, it hasn't been 3 months.
Right.
But that is definitely how much time has passed since you were last here. Right. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, Travis, I don't think that they actually put your fake corpse here because we stopped the facility before they could get to that.
Right.
But so you may have disappeared here 3 months ago. So if you're afraid of people peeking in on you or being...
No, but maybe I should let my parents know I'm okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Look,
I mean-
I'll follow your lead. I
Yeah.
mean, I got a box, so.
I mean, if you come with me, just know that if I'm bringing someone home with me, that they're gonna think that we're involved. So just a heads up on that. I mean, you don't have to play along.
Are we involved?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah,
Wait, you don't know? I know. I was teasing you.
But my parents,
Did our time at Bathe and Dusters mean nothing to you?
I don't know. You had coffee with someone else.
I've had an ongoing theory that this is a Dr. Rose relationship. I'm sorry. I wanted to say it. I will go back to being quiet. Thank you for confirming this for me in my head.
The Doctor, you have a fairly robust expertise of the 90s. Most of your repair work was done in the early 90s, but you've been around. You've seen...
Yeah, I know
stuff.
things.
Your Doctor knows...
I know some stuff.
Knows some stuff about the 90s. Obviously, also Travis is well-versed in 90s pop.
Well, all the stuff that I knew from when I was here is now, like, the things that, like, cool people, like, who are, like, hip are like, oh yeah, I was into this stuff. I'm not into this late 90s.
Yeah.
I'm into grunge and cool vintagey things.
So just to kind of paint a picture of the era of American history that you guys are in, it's 2 months before the release of Believe by Cher. It is
Thank God.
1 day shy of the release of Britney Spears' debut album, although the song Baby One More Time has been in the charts for about 3 months. And the world is still reeling from the release of Every Morning by Sugar Ray, a band poised to take American rock by storm and redefine the genre for generations to come. In many ways, they're America's Beatles, and I think that you should be inordinately proud.
Side question, just because Trav's back home. We're T-minus what to Phantom Menace?
5 months? No, 4 months.
So have you seen a trailer before you left?
Yes. Well, we have to look up when Meet Joe Black came out, because that's what it was attached to.
Okay.
That is
Right.
an actual
I
fact
remember.
that I know.
I remember.
Would a second Phantom Menace trailer have dropped by now?
I think that the John Williams, like the music video for Duel of the Fates would have come out. Because they did
yes.
that. They released that as a music video, and it was like a trailer for the movie basically in the form of a music video.
Nice.
That rules. All
Are
right.
we going to TRL?
We're not in New York.
No, but we're New Jersey. We're not that far.
All right. I mean, if you want, I guess you forgot about Millie, then that's cool. But no, it's fine. We'll go hang out with Carson Daly.
All it takes is the prospect of a Star Wars movie.
It's a time machine.
Travis, I just want to make sure you're aware that, like, people might be upset upon seeing you if they think that you've passed on. Well, and I understand.
Are you guys walking
Yeah.
to the house as this happens? Okay.
Yeah,
So just
I
be
mean,
prepared for that.
yeah,
I just want to let you know.
yeah,
So, do you have a thing you're going to tell your parents where you've been or what you've been doing or?
No.
Oh,
But
okay.
we'll think of something.
Oh, okay.
I don't
That was
know.
on me, but all right.
As you're walking past all of the stores and houses and locations in Sheffield that you are familiar with, you are starting to see. Firstly, a couple of things. Firstly, quite a few places still have their Thanksgiving decorations up. Which is
Ugh, annoying.
And secondly, there are a few posters. There are missing persons posters around, and you spot one or two, and they appear to be people that you used to work with at the library. But the closer you get to your house, you start to see posters with your face on them. And the closer you get to your parents' house, there's a higher concentration of them on lampposts, on walls, where it says post no bills. They've stuck a picture of you anyway, because that's how people are when they're desperate and panicking about a missing family member.
Yeah, I mean, Travis is definitely a little unsettled by that, but I mean, kind of was prepared for that kind of thing. Going back to the conversation that he and the doctor had a couple episodes ago about, was I supposed to die? But yeah, it's very disconcerting to see your face on one of those sorts of things.
Yeah, I can only imagine. But I'm not to be a buzzkill here, or not to take away from you, but I'm concerned why there are so many other people missing from your town, and then also. Now, I'm not an expert on American culture. I don't tend to. I come back to Earth a lot. I tend to spend a lot of time in London, like more than you would imagine. But I What I do know about Americans is that you guys love your Christmas decorations. Like, so much.
Yeah.
And I don't see a lot of them. I know we're past Christmas, but it's weird that we would see Thanksgiving decorations that haven't been taken down and replaced with the Christmas decorations.
Mm-hmm. At that point, Travis kind of takes a look at some of the other missing people posters and is starting to connect the dots. Like, wait, I do know these people. And just like, Doctor, is it possible that a couple people got abducted in the zoo and we left people behind? Or
I mean, there was no one else that you knew there. We saw everybody there.
right?
I want to make a version of like a perception check or like an insight check, like kind of like just like I want to like get situated and get the lay of the land. Like what I want to know is like, does it seem like this whole town feels like it's at a standstill, or like we haven't seen any other people yet, right?
I would say you've probably seen, a couple of people.
Okay.
Just kind of walking along the street. It doesn't seem like densely. I mean, would Sheffield be particularly densely populated, Dan?
Not people walking around. It's like, the definition of suburbia. So it's like if people are outside, they'd be on their lawn, not necessarily walking from place to place.
Okay. So you've maybe seen one or two other people walking. You've probably seen a couple of cars, but there's not a tremendous amount of hustle and bustle.
Did the people walking seem like just people going about their day, or did they all seem a little tense and a little bit unsure what's happened? Like, like the way people would if like a disaster had occurred, or like even just on a minor level, like thinking about Endgame, the way that everybody who was still on Earth in the very beginning of the movie, like are like going to support groups, or like.
I would say that if there's any tension among the populace of Sheffield, New Jersey, they're not wearing it outwardly.
Okay.
They seem very, point A to point B, just moving along.
Okay. Travis, I think we need to be very cautious how we approach the situation, but I think that going to your house is probably a good idea just to get some information about what's happening. We may want to, so you know these people? They're all from the library.
Yeah. I mean, I worked with these people.
Why don't, well, I don't want to split up because we've already lost Millie. But let's go to the library as soon as we're done with your parents.
I'm thinking maybe we skip my parents for now because if there are other people missing, maybe we should get to the bottom of that. And I don't want to, if I go home, I may not want to leave.
Oh, well, we cast these guest stars to play your okay, no, it's fine. We'll go to the library.
Hang on.
Doctor, you don't have an extra hat or something on you, do you? Because now I'm thinking maybe I should be a little more inconspicuous.
Oh, let me check. And I start digging through my pockets.
You got resourceful pockets, right?
I think I do, yeah.
Resourceful pockets. The player can either spend a story point and find the thing they need, or roll a couple of dice. If they get a double, for example, 2 1s or 2 3s, then they find something helpful in their pocket, from a cricket ball to a clockwork mouse.
Okay. I'll roll. I think this is more fun to randomly see what happens. I did not. I got a 3 and a 2.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm wearing... Here, I give him my hat.
Oh, thank you.
Marvelous.
And
now no one will recognize you because you've certainly never wore a hat ever.
And then I take the collar from my coat and I turn it up, and it's not a very large collar. It's like barely even at my cheekbones.
Boy, it's too bad you're not wearing one of those hoodies that are so popular at this era.
Yeah.
So, all right.
You do have that flannel shirt. Could you incorporate that into your disguise a little?
Like a babushka?
Yeah, no, not in a way that would be trying to be incognito. It would be very cognito.
Yeah. All right. So then we go to the library.
So you guys arrive at the library. The lights are off, and there are some lights coming from within, but the main lights all appear to be off.
I'm sorry, what time of day is it?
It's probably about 2:52.
Do you
At the clock that was literally in the room.
Do you have like weird hours, like you closed in the afternoon for some reason?
No, this is usually the time where, high schoolers are doing their projects and, kids are coming for after school activities, so no.
Like D&D games, cool. So I test the door for the light. I test
The
this
door
here.
is unlocked.
Okay. Be careful. And I go in and
How many? Are there a lot of cars in the parking lot?
There are no cars in the parking lot.
Okay. Yeah. That's strange.
It's also, in terms of the size of the library, as I recall, from when we recorded the first episode way back in 1847, you said that it was a fairly smallish library. So paint us a little bit of a picture. Like, what is because now we're exploring this space.
Yeah.
Give us more information about what this. Obviously, there's a computer lab because we need one for the story. Please include us.
Yeah, that's fine.
Computer
Yeah.
lab.
No, I am picturing my hometown library. Don't worry. There's a computer area. Yeah. So the way that the one in my hometown was, it was actually built on the side of a hill. So there was like a top part where the main parking lot was and the lower part where there was a bigger parking lot. And basically everyone would come in the top area, and then there were, you come in, there's a lobby, then there's the main library area, and then there's a downstairs area where there's like, rooms for like, activities and stuff like that. But, you come in the library, beige everything. It's really gross.
Cool.
You got your counter and your book return on the left-hand side. You come in, you got, the children's section is a big section to the right when you come in, and then straight ahead.
Is there any cool stuff in the children's section, like a tree or something like for the kids to like climb on to read? Or
Hammock?
Not for climbing, but there's definitely like very like nice cushions and like a painted wall where there's readings and stuff like that.
Floor tiles?
There can be. It was carpeted,
Let's
but
say
yeah.
floor tiles.
Okay, yeah.
Everyone grab a floor tile. Yeah, like the carpet squares. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I was going with. And
Okay.
then
Oh yeah, we call those carpet squares here.
Yeah, I'm dumb.
No,
I'm
you're
wrong.
just from the wrong place.
I'm from the wrong country. I'm from the country that made Doctor Who, though. So in many ways, we wouldn't be in this room.
You know what? Thank you for Brexiting here. Thank you for your Brexit.
So, all right. So I'm going to look around close to the inside of the front door for a light switch.
Okay. Would there? I guess there'd be like a bank of light switches. By the door. Yeah. They're just a bank of switches. They're all just off.
I flick them on.
They all the various lights kind of blink on one by one, kind of cascading down through the library and illuminating the place, revealing that the library has been largely. It certainly seems like it's been left unattended. Like there are still some books on the floor, but it doesn't look like a lot of people have been in here for a while.
Huh. Yeah, this is,
Budget cuts?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna go behind the counter, cause, I want to see if anyone's maybe in the back room or something like that. So I'm gonna go behind the counter, and actually first thing I think Travis would do is flip to see one of the books and open it to the page with the card and see what date, the book was checked out.
I like it. Is that like one of the drop-off points or?
Just on the counter, I'm sure there would be books. Like if things are unattended, like I want to get an idea of how long this book has been sitting here.
The book is The History of the French Revolution, and it was checked out on October 9th, 1998, which was actually a couple of days before you.
And then I want to go to where the stamp is that you would stamp, and that would be updated every day if someone was working there. I want to see what the stamp date is. So I want to take like basically a scratch piece of paper and stamp it and basically see when's the last time that this stamp was used.
The stamp says October 12th, 1998, the day you went missing.
Doctor? And I show her this and I explain what I just said.
Dear, they took your loss very seriously. Something is wrong here, and I don't like when something is wrong. So I start looking around. Now I'm kind of a little more investigative. That was very good instincts, Travis. Think that was
great.
Was
I'm
quick
actually
thinking.
going to give you an extra story point.
Great, thank you.
That was some top-notch investigative work.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna like look around for any signs of disarray. Like, as I know, like you had said in the cold open, that there was like a cart that was like books were disheveled. So I'm assuming I see that.
That's still there, yeah.
Okay.
And Travis recognizes that as that was the cart that you were wheeling at the time that you were abducted.
Yeah. I don't think that they would shut down the library just on account of me going missing.
Well, have some self-confidence, Travis.
Thank you.
And then I see that, and then I like look around for anything else, like signs of any other struggle or any other sort of like something out of place.
No, that's the only thing that you find in the main area of the library that is indicative of any particular type of struggle.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of like, okay, Travis, let's kind of circle out a little bit. So you take that half of the library, the children's section, things like that, and I'll go this way and I'll check out the. So what's all like? So we got to the children's section, and I kind of cut you off. What's on the other side? So there's a computer lab, and what else?
So to the right would be the children's section, and actually before you got to it would be a room like almost like a meeting room.
Mm-hmm.
And then straight ahead would be, I think that was, let's just say it was nonfiction straight ahead. And then, regular fiction would be to the left. And then, on the left-hand side, kind of like up against the counter itself would be, basically computer console, like a computer and like a partition.
Mm-hmm.
And then there'd also be like a row of computers if we need a lab. We can have the lab be on the far side to the left.
Okay. The lab, just for the purposes of the narrative, because I already established it.
Mm-hmm, sure.
There's just the 5 computers in there. It's a fairly small lab. Like maybe they just recently got those Windows 95 computers. I think before that they were probably running Windows 3.1 for way longer than would be necessary. Yeah. They probably got Windows 95 in 1998. That's where they are at.
Yeah. So I guess, I will say like the far left would be where the computer lab would be, and the far right would be the children's section with the regular section in between.
Okay, so I'll go check out this area on the left with the computers and the nonfiction books, and you can go over here to the children's books, and check the meeting room, and just if there's a wall that's against with the door, don't forget to check the corners of if you walked into the room, because someone could be hiding what would be behind you once you enter the room.
Okay, and I guess if you need me, there's a PA system behind the counter on your side of it. So if you need me, I don't think anyone's gonna shush us. So just go ahead and page me if you need me.
Okay.
Dig it. That's awesome.
Right. Great. Okay. Break.
Yeah.
I go my way and he goes his way.
Cool. All right. So the doctor's on the far left, and Travis is on the right.
And here
By the way, the doctor's on the far left is a pretty apt statement.
It's almost like I said it on purpose.
I mean, I don't think you did though.
So, which of you would like to go first?
I'll let Travis go.
Okay.
All right.
So you're on the far right, which I'm going to say that again.
No, please don't.
You're on the right side of the library, but the wrong side of history, and you are. Which section are you exploring first?
The meeting room would have like glass windows that I could peer into without going in. So I think I'm just gonna look into there first, while then heading to the double doors to the children's section.
Yeah, the meeting room looks largely inconspicuous, largely more or less how you left it. Right. But you notice some papers on the table.
Okay. I'll go in and take a look at them.
Okay, a big rock. No, that joke never gets old.
Does it?
A big rock.
I just picked up that rock. I flipped it over. There's an expiration date on this rock. What?
And it was 1995.
It's so strange. Oh,
it's actually when the rock came out.
There's just a picture of the rock giving me an eyebrow.
Oh, I meant the rock. I meant the movie The Rock.
Yeah.
He has peeled off his eyebrow and he is handing it to you.
We've got like 4 rocks deep now. This is too many rocks.
So you're in there, and this meeting room, the table is still in the center of the room. It's a meeting room. The chairs are just kind of scattered around higgledy-piggledy. But there are a couple of papers. Are you laughing at my use of the word?
Yes, I am. It was adorable.
Oh. But there are a couple of papers on the table that have a company logo on them, and they have the company logo for a company called Nest Online.
Do I need to make a roll to see if I recognize that?
No, you wouldn't recognize.
Okay. I do not recognize
You
this.
do not recognize that.
All right. What kind of papers are like general sort? Like you don't need to dictate the whole thing.
The papers describe a free internet scheme where people can buy computers from Nest Online at a ridiculously low cost. Like we're talking, it's $19.98, $98.99. So we're talking low cost is like $200, $300. And they get free dial-up internet as part of the deal.
Okay. Yeah, I'll scoop those up and kind of like take them with me.
Okay. Cool.
And then exit the meeting room and, gingerly open the doors to the children's section because I'm heeding the doctor's advice about, checking corners.
Okay.
Yeah.
A big rock. No, we're going to put a pin in that for a second and we're going to hop over to the doctor. Doctor, what are you doing?
I'm pushing the rock off my body. And I think that I'm like, so if I was like going by where the computer lab was in like the nonfiction section, keeping an eye out for any sort of books that are loose or knocked around or anything like that. And then I think I'll probably head to the computer lab, because we already checked the front desk. That's where he checked the dates and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, if there's nowhere else for me to go, I think the lab, and I think I would immediately, like when I walked in, like kind of like my peripheral, make sure that I'm watching my corners when I walk in the door. And then I would look into the room a bit more.
Okay. As you peer into the room, a big rock
I hate you so much.
hands you some paperwork. No, you see 5 computers. These are very, very nice computers by late 90s standards, and they all have the Nest Online logo at the base of the CRT monitor and on the front of the tower, and on the keyboard. In fact, these are 5 very, very nice computers, all displaying a login screen for the Nest Online service.
Here's my question. Can I make a roll using Time Traveler to see if I feel like this technology is actually from this era?
I'm going to give you some information. This all seems period appropriate.
Okay. So I go in and I look around for any sort of paper on the wall that has like login information, like what they like tell, like they will put up for library patrons to know how to like log in and get on the internet.
Ooh. Yeah. You see it's not necessarily like default login information, but there is a post-it note next to one of the terminals with a username and a password.
Okay. I log into that terminal with that username and password.
The login information, I'm going to give you the username. It is jgale1.
Gale.
It's JGALE 1. Yeah.
Number 1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At?
CompuServe.net. No.
It's a username, not an email address.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
it's just username.
And what's the password?
Alligator7.
All lowercase?
All lowercase.
What's their social security number?
It is 738. No.
Is the number 7 or the word 7 written
It is
out?
the word 7 written out. It's a very unconventional SSN.
Okay, so I log into the computer and I go to that nest.com website that I'm seeing talked about.
Okay. Yeah. It the everything on the Windows 95 environment is branded with the Nest Online logo. The wallpaper is the Nest Online logo. Even the little My Computer icon has an N on the monitor, and the start menu doesn't have the little low color Windows icon, but it has a version of the Nest Online logo. So when you open up, I guess I'm going to say Netscape Communicator because we're not savages. Netscape Communicator 4.6, I believe, is what they would have been using circa 19.
Beautiful browser. Oh,
I guess I assume there would be a Nest Online browser on top of everything else.
It's Netscape, but it's been recent.
It's Nestscape.
Yes. Dig it. Nestscape. That's it. That's canon now. So when you open that icon, you get the splash screen that loads up with Nestscape 4.6.
Yeah. So 10 minutes later, when it finally loads, I look at it. Yeah.
You go away, you get yourself a coffee. You
I definitely do the dial-up. I love.
Yeah.
I get that like dee dee dee.
squeals at you.
I can hear it in the other room. No.
You probably could.
I'm very much looking forward to David dropping that in the edit.
Yeah, I'm sure that our listeners right now love that it squeaks into their ears. Okay, so I look around. I'm like looking at this website for this company. I went to their actual company website.
Okay, cool. Because the first thing you see, when you open the browser, the first thing you see is a Nest Online welcomes the people of Sheffield, New Jersey to the World Wide Web !
Yeah, I'm skipping past that kind of stuff. I'm actually going to like places where I can find actual information about this company, like their website, and also like other like I go to Alta Vista and I look up this company and I look up see if there's any articles about them or any like pertinent information that like somebody else might have written about them.
Okay. So
I'm sorry. This is a work of fiction. So you use the search browser Finder Spider?
Finder Spider.
Yeah.
So the Nest Online website just details information about the program where people can buy these computers for super cheap, these $200 computers, and getting the free dial-up plan, and what they have to do to sign up for this is basically their webpage just takes you to a form where you can apply for that service.
Okay.
When you search for the company more broadly on Alta Vista, there's a lot of local...
It's actually Finder Spider.
Finder Spider, yes, I apologize. When you type Nest Online into Babelfish, you get a lot of local news articles, local news websites. What's the local newspaper called, Dan?
The Sheffield Times.
The Sheffield Times. I'm taking that story point away.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I'm clutching it with both hands.
When you go to, I guess it's like sheffield.nj.com/times/19981112.htm. It's a news article about local entrepreneur Jennifer Gale and her new business venture providing low-cost computers and free internet access to the people of Sheffield, New Jersey.
I do a search for Jennifer Gale, and I'm looking for information about her prior to this article, from a couple of years ago. Like, is she from this local? Did she go to school here? Like, what is her like?
Man, like late '90s web internet, because it's going to be difficult because there's no like Facebook or even MySpace or anything.
Yeah.
Like that.
No, I'm looking up like local newspapers clippings. I'm not looking up
she's not been in the news before. This
Okay.
is like her first mention in the news is
Okay.
is Nest Online.
I feel
Okay.
like you're definitely using LexisNexis.
Yeah, I'm using Lortex Vortex. So
I should gift you my story point for that.
if I got story points every time I made a pun, I would never have to roll for anything in this game. So yeah. So I cannot be able to find anything more about her. I just try to I don't know. I'm trying to figure out find any information about this site and how it came out of nowhere and was able to bring up these computers and stuff like that.
As you're doing this, a little animated character appears in the lower right-hand corner of the
I punched the screen. No.
You punch the screen, you are electrocuted.
Take that, Clippy.
Okay, so roll to regenerate? You just electrocuted yourself.
Yeah.
Hello again. It's time once more. I'm free.
Hey,
After 10,000 years, I'm free. It's time to do this voice. Ha
so there's this little animated character, and I'm kind of thinking like a bonsai buddy kind of situation, or the Bonzi buddy thing, that kind of purple gorilla that was very popular and also very much a Trojan virus in the early 2000s. But this is kind of a proto version of that. It's just this little kind of like smiling planet that's kind of bouncing around in the bottom right-hand corner, and a speech bubble appears saying, it looks like you're trying to learn more about Nest Online's free internet service. Can I help you? And there's a little field where you can type in a question. Yeah.
I type in who is Jennifer Gale?
The planet seems to spin for a moment because it's 90s internet and you've got to wait for these things to load.
Yeah, I made that joke earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, and now I'm making it again.
Cool.
Because, you know what?
Internet's still bad.
It's still bad. And also, because the internet is so slow, in the time it took you to upload that joke to the internet, I've made that joke myself.
Okay, cool.
It comes up with a search result, which is Jennifer Gale as the CEO and founder of Nest Online.
Okay. I do a search for news articles about the disappearances of library employees.
You get taken back to the
Lortex Vortex.
Yes, absolutely. Those are the words that we're going to keep using with our mouths. The Sheffield Times website brings up a bunch of results about the earliest one you find is about Travis Killian, missing, no leads, no information, and there are a couple more articles about other library co-workers. Hey Dan, let's name some co-workers right now.
No.
Okay, so the first person to be taken is Noah, who also worked similar shifts to Travis.
And there's also a Justin.
Justin, yes, Justin's gone.
Yeah, actually, no, I'll say Justine.
Justine?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Noah, Justine.
And are we looking for like 3 people, or are we looking for a
We
third?
should probably have a third person
Kathy.
in there. Kathy, yeah. So Noah, Justine, and Kathy have all gone missing over this period of about 2 months.
I print those articles.
Okay, you print them out. It's a dot matrix printer because it's a library budget cut. So there's a very loudly screeching as the machine, the mechanism goes back and forth, printing off this paper, printing off these applications on this coiled paper. I think what is that paper called with the holes punched?
I know what you mean.
It's very,
Yeah, with the green and white line. Yeah.
So we'll come back to you in just a moment. Travis, you are in trouble because you have not paid your library dues. That's not true.
That's all right. I know a guy who works there.
Okay, cool. Travis, what are you doing?
So I'm in the children's section, and there's basically like a big open area, with like little tables for kids, and the rows of the books are probably like 40 feet away. So I can sort of look down like a number of rows at one time, to kind of see if there's anything there or not there.
Okay. You don't see anything in particular, but this is also the section of the library. There is a door that leads down to the basement area, which is typically used by you guys for storage, supplies, maybe books that have been taken out of circulation or that have been banned by, the New Jersey Education Board or any of that fun stuff.
Is it the poison room? No.
And that's where all of the poison is. And also a big storage of rocks.
Okay, so yeah, I want to check downstairs, but as he kind of crosses, he stops for a second and has a really bad idea that the doctor's not here to stop him about.
Okay, brilliant.
And he's going to go over to the section where there would be a book about Amelia Earhart.
Okay.
And kind of like running a finger across the books, like, the story of the Wright brothers, so on and so forth. And I think I'm going to grab a book about Amelia Earhart. And, it's probably going to be a kid's book, but I'm not going to do anything with it yet, but I'm going to take it with me, and kind of add to the pile of things that I am carrying, and then make my way to that storage room.
Okay. So you're holding the book.
Along with the papers that I found in the meeting room.
Okay, cool. All right. And you head to the storage door, the door down to the basement?
Yeah.
Okay. The door's unlocked. But there's no light going down to storage. But you know your way around, so you could probably navigate it in the dark if you wanted to.
There wouldn't be a flashlight or anything nearby.
I mean, if you want to spend a story point, there can be like a small, like an emergency flashlight like mounted on the wall. But
I'm trying to justify that logically, and I don't.
You might also know where like an earthquake kit or something like that.
They don't have those in New Jersey. Yeah. They don't. Okay, yeah. What I would
tornado?
Because it's a children's section, yeah, there might be additional supplies, and if it's January, there's probably a risk of like a blizzard or something like that. So yeah, there probably would be like something tucked away that I'd probably have to look for. But yeah there's, emergency, one of those giant like two-hander, flashlights from the era that took like a lot of D batteries.
Oh, God, yeah. Those big hefty batteries.
Yeah. So, all right. How many story points was that
just one
okay. Okay. Well, that was my freebie one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I go and, find that, and I'm gonna head on down there.
You as you shine the light down the stairs, the bottom of the stairs kind of goes into it turns at the bottom towards where the storage is, and as you shine the light down, you see a figure kind of step, not super quickly, but like out of the light into round the corner where you can't see them.
Hello?
All you hear is the echo of your own voice.
Okay, this is horrifying. Doctor? I don't want to yell into the microphone.
So you yell for the doctor?
No, because that would startle whoever's there. I'm gonna close the door and make my way back to find the doctor.
Okay, doctor's still in the computer lab. What are you googling anything, Nick?
I'm playing Snake.
Playing Snake?
No. Yeah, I think that I probably looked up a couple more articles on Jennifer Gale, and then I can find it's probably all the same information. But I think instead of printing anything else out, I'm just downloading it into my Sonic just to have as like a record.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you do. I'll let you do that. Why not? Yeah, okay. You've got that information handy.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna maybe spend a point, then I would print it. But
I'm not gonna. It swings and roundabouts. So, so you have that information on the Sonic, and mostly there's no information about her in papers or anywhere else online in the late 90s internet until the founding of Nest Online.
Okay, I'm going to look around. I'm going to go into the nonfiction section,
okay,
and I'm going to look through yearbooks from the high school,
okay,
and see, in a local section, and see if I can find how old she, if I can find her picture in one of the books. If it's not a very big town, I'm assuming the books aren't thousands of kids.
Yeah,
but
it's not a lot of books. There are some books. Yeah, she.
Did any of the articles tell me what year she graduated?
She graduated in
1970X.
1978.
1980X.
Okay, so she's in her 40s. 30s, late 30s, early 40s, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
30s, yeah.
So, okay,
Yeah,
so she's
30s,
not like
yeah.
Travis's age. It wasn't like a classmate of Travis's. That's what I was
Yeah.
kind of figuring out. But I like open up the yearbook that's for the year she graduated.
Yeah.
And what I don't like, the actual year doesn't matter as much to me as like, I'm trying to find out more about this woman. So I'm looking up like, is she listed as being in any clubs? Like, was she like in a computer club? Was she like, does it seem like she's somebody who would suddenly become a tech maven in her middle age?
Yeah, she was part of kind of like an early, like very rudimentary, computer club, in her senior year. It would have been, I mean, God, like late 70s, it would have been like, I mean, this is even pre-Commodore PET, right? I mean, this is very, very, very rudimentary, like, first rumblings of like school computers, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was part of that club.
Okay. And then was she was a library employee, right?
Yes.
And so the articles have mentioned that, like she used to work at the
Yeah,
library.
she used to be the head librarian.
Okay, so I would then go to like the office and look up like personnel files on her.
Okay.
Like, I mean, if she was the head librarian, she might be the one that kept those files, but like there still would be like whoever hired her originally before she became head librarian and stuff like that. So
Yeah, you were able to get into what would basically be like her office.
yeah.
And there's a filing cabinet full of personnel files. You find Travis's
Mm-hmm.
file in there. You find Noah's. You find Justine. You find Kathy's, and then
Okay.
you find Jennifer's. And she's been working for the library for like 7 or 8 years, and she started at a kind of a like an assistant librarian level and kind of worked her way up to head librarian.
Okay.
And just notes from previous like head librarians and like district library managers.
Okay.
And, saying things like computer savvy, and there's a lot of really cool stuff in there. It looks like there's also some early paperwork where she was going for her Microsoft certification.
Okay. Also, looking at the files from the disappeared librarians, does it seem like they all disappeared at the exact same time, or do they disappear like apart from each other?
All of their I mean, they don't have like clock-in dates or anything because the library kind of shut down. More
I mean, in the articles, when the articles are about library,
yeah.
they all disappear at once, or they disappear like over the course, like first it was Travis, then it was Noah, or was selected like Noah, Justine, and Kathy disappear like on the same day.
They all they didn't disappear on the same day. It was kind of staggered out over a period of about maybe a month and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then did the library close after Kathy disappeared, or was it like, were they like staying open when the other two disappeared, or was it like?
I mean, based on the information you have and the stamp that Travis found, like the library has not been open since
Travis disappeared. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this, I will say, this is probably a good point for Travis to appear.
Right. Yeah. So I basically hear you in the back, and I say, "Doctor."
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
I saw something move in the basement storage. What have you found? I haven't found anything just quite yet.
All I've found is that apparently, I assume your old boss, Jennifer Gale, that she founded a web company and gave computers to the library.
Wait,
Does that
what?
seem like something that you would recognize her doing?
No, I mean we've only been gone 3 months. She was my boss. Like, she didn't really have a company. I don't know how she'd have a full-fledged company in 3 months. What did you find?
Well, like I said, I found that there's this. I fill him in what we learned instead of the audience doesn't have to hear me describe what we just heard.
And then I think when you say the name of the company, I said, "Oh, I found some papers about Nest." Do you know what this company is? Is that?
No, it seems like it just popped up overnight.
That's really weird. And I'm guessing you probably showed me the articles. that
Yeah.
you printed out. Like, how did she rise to this level of success in 3 months? I mean, that's like really fast.
Well,
right?
here's the curious question: is if the library closed the day that you disappeared, why did they bother to replace the computer lab in this library with new computers?
Yeah, that's. Huh.
All right, let's investigate this basement. You can stay up here if you want. If you're not sure if you want to go down there, I don't.
No, I think we should probably stick together at this point, right? I think there's extra flashlights in the office, and I go ahead and I grab one.
Okay,
'Cause
yeah,
they
thank you.
would make
it makes
sense to be one.
that you
Yeah,
both have a
Yeah.
flashlight.
Oh, thank you for the torch. So then we.
That's just for me. That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah. So then it's for you and it's for Lisa McGrath. Then I head to the, I think I take point now heading down the stairs.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's dark and there's stairs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go down the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I saw movement.
All right.
So let's.
Have you been keeping an eye on the door since you came upstairs? Like, so if someone was down here, they didn't come out while you were talking to me?
I mean, I closed it, but I don't have my keys.
Okay. So I kind of turn the flashlight on, the torch, and I like start shining it around, like whereabout he told me he saw the movement.
A big rug is on the floor, kind of covering the corridor heading down towards the storage rooms and all of the other parts of this kind of basement area. But you do see what appears to be some movement, like through like the frosted glass on the door of one of the storage rooms. You see a little movement that implies people, not just people.
Okay, I head that way.
Okay, the door it's frosted. You can definitely make out shapes through the glass.
Okay. Does it look like people are trying to get out?
No, they're just kind of standing, milling around.
Okay, but they seem to be moving. They're not like dead bodies in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're kind of upright. They're kind of like, it's like they're waiting for something.
Now, my suspicion is that there are 3 people inside this room. Is that correct?
There's possibly more than 3 people inside.
Okay, so it's not just the missing
shapes of
librarians.
3, yeah.
It's not just the missing librarian. That's
Yeah.
what I was wondering. Okay. Okay. So Travis, keep an eye on this window. I'm going to take just a quick scan around the room and see if anyone's like lurking in the shadows to jump out at us or anything like that.
Okay.
So I take my flashlight and I kind of just shine. I'm basically doing like what would be like an investigation check,
Yeah.
basically.
I'm not going to make you do a roll for that. You don't see anyone outside of this room.
Okay.
Outside of the room where the people are.
Okay. I'm going to kind of like listen up against the glass. So it's frosted glass, right? You said
Yes,
so nothing's
frosted
distinct.
glass, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to listen up against the glass to hear if I hear like any speaking or any sounds or anything like that.
There are 4 people in there singing "A Hard Day's Night" by the Beatles. No,
Cool.
there's no sound coming from the.
Travis, do you have a key for this door?
No, I mean my my pants with the keys are on the TARDIS, but I want to look around for like a breaker box or a light switch because there should be light down here.
Yeah, there's a breaker box down here. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hit the breaker and turn the lights on.
Okay, yeah, the lights come on, and you can see the lights coming on inside the room. You still can't make out. You can make out that they're definitely people. They're definitely human of various different, races, genders, ethnicities, etc. They're in this room, and there's maybe. It's still hard to discern because of the frosted glass, but you definitely make out at least 4 or 5 people in there.
Okay.
I can see if maybe it's someone I know. I don't.
Do you want to call out to one of your coworkers to see if they can
Sure.
answer? Just ask for Justine or...
Yeah, I gently knock on the door. Hello? This is Librarian Travis? Who's in there, please?
There's no response from the people, and they don't appear to react to the sound that you've made.
I knock a little harder. I say, I'm... Hello? I try to open the door.
The door is unlocked.
Okay, be careful, Travis.
And I slowly open the door. Hello?
As you slowly open the door, you are now able to see the people in this room. They're still not reacting, they're not responding to anything you're saying or doing. But you can now see into this room, and you see about 8 people in here, all standing. Their fists kind of going from like straight open, closed into a fist, then snapping straight open again and closing into a fist. And all of their faces are blank. Not in the sense that they're not reacting, but in the sense that there are no eyes, there's no nose, there's no mouth. It's skin straight over the face.
Yeah!
Oh man, I made my friend laugh so much on Wednesday because I kept making every single thing I could into a parody of Castle on the Cloud. So like, there is a bathroom in the hall. Women line up there to go pee. And it was like everything I could think of that was like around it. There is a thing at other thing.